This is the audience for Allison Pietrowitz's informative speech. Hello, today I am going to be talking about eating locally grown foods. One of the ways that is becoming popular in our culture today is through community-supported agriculture, and I'll be touching on that as well. The first thing I'd like to say about eating locally grown foods is that I find it very interesting the stories that you can attach to your food, and it gives you a more intimate relationship with that food. For instance, here is a jar of canned tomatoes that were grown in my garden and canned by my husband and I. The children were involved in planting, excited, watching the tomatoes turn red, and my husband and I had a very nice time canning together. We laughed and fought and had many stories to share about this can of tomatoes. As well as the time that we got involved in our community and we took our children out, we'd go blueberry picking and we brought the blueberries home. My husband and I then spent time together again making blueberry jam and learning how to make that. So every time we sat down to eat our blueberry jam, we had a history and a story with the food that we were eating, as well as the story we were able to share with other family members when we gave them our jars of the blueberry jam. So I do think that that is a wonderful way of eating locally, but there are many, many other benefits to eating locally grown food. Choosing to consume these locally grown foods benefit our health, our well-being, and they can impact our environment and our local economy. So those are many good reasons to get involved in that. The consumer actually will have more knowledge about their food the less that the food actually travels from harvest to your table. According to the Green Car Company, an average food travels to the grocery store about 15,000 miles. So from harvest to dinner table, in those 15,000 miles, the food, in order to remain edible, has to have many additives and preservatives, as well as many unknown contaminants along the route that we might not know about. In our modern age, we have seen many examples of contaminated food, such as the E. coli that was found in the spinach back in 2006. And here recently in Western New York, we just had a breakout of bacteria on cantaloupe, and all the cantaloupe had to be, recalled. So therefore, families are becoming concerned with the food that's going into their children's mouth. So locally grown food is a very good way for us to keep our families safe and to know what farms our food is actually coming from. Most local farmers do not genetically alter their food, use chemical pesticides, preservatives, or hormones. In the meat, they don't even use hormones. Your animals are usually grass-fed, and the vegetables are organic usually. So, which ways can we get involved in eating locally grown foods? Well, there are many ways to do that. One of them being roadside stands, heading to farmers markets, which are offered various times throughout the growing seasons, community-supported agriculture, or CSAs, going to U-Pick events, which is what we did with our children for the blueberries, and agricultural cooperatives, which people know as co-ops. A CSA is actually an acronym for the community-supported agriculture that I'm speaking about. It is becoming a popular way for people. What happens here is that the farmer sells shares to the community, and for those shares they receive a certain amount of crops. This does create a sense of community in that if the harvest is bad, everybody suffers and doesn't get as good of a harvest. If our harvest is good, they can all celebrate together. There's a sense of community. You also have special events that the CSA can offer, where you can bring your family to special U-Pick events, or special events where you actually get to put your hands in the dirt and do some of that farming yourself. Special canning events where you can learn how to can. These are really good ways for your children to get involved and to get back in touch with the seasons and learning what foods and fruits and vegetables are available at what seasons of the year. The history a typical CSA season actually lasts about 18 to 26 weeks, which is more than most people think. The history of a CSA is that it actually started in the early 1960s in Germany, Switzerland, and Japan. It did come over to America starting on 2 farms in Massachusetts around in the 1986. And it has grown to about 17,000 farms in the United States as of today. CSA provides you with a variety of different fruits and vegetables, which the more colors we have and the more varieties of food, the more healthy for our body. Another reason that we want to eat locally is because it is ethically and environmentally responsible. There is a movement to go green today, and in that movement, people are concerned with the fossil fuels. So the longer a food is traveling, the more carbon footprint that is being left on our earth. We're also concerned with the ethical treatment of the soil. Large farms deplete the soil, whereas a small farm does not deplete the soil as much and actually does not use pesticides to poison our soil. The treatment of animals for mass market is usually very cruel, and they are kept in small environments, and they're boosted with hormones. And a local farm, you're going to get your animals being grass-fed and free-range and have a much more, a better life for those animals. So those are some of the reasons that we should be eating locally grown foods. I'm sure that we could all come up with many, many more reasons to do that. But to restate what I had been talking about, a CSA is really a great way to get involved, and people can satisfy their concern over their food safety, the nutrition, as well as build up the local economy and a sense of community with neighbors and within your family. So, closing, I'd like to say that our world today is busier than ever and becoming increasingly unhealthy. So joining in the local food movement can reconnect you with your land, the community, and a healthy, more relaxed lifestyle. You may actually find yourself someday sitting around your dinner table with a story to tell about the food that you've just consumed. Thank you. If it's only a few minutes over, I'm okay.